Hey y'all, it's Courtney with Nurse Court Budgets. Welcome to my February budget setup. So we're going to set up my budget planner for February. We're going to set up my calendar. It's going to be real simple this month. Simple tends to work better for me on paper, and I didn't end up using the January calendar much at all. So we're just going to go with a simple setup, just write down when our bills are due, and then we're going to do our monthly budget for February. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm probably just going to speed you guys up as I fill everything out. But one thing I wanted to do before I jump into that is I just did my budget closeout video, and I think that this is going to help me moving forward. So one thing that I didn't do was budget anything for garden. So I wanted to just write this down so that I would remember. But I'm going to put garden down here. And even though I didn't budget anything for this month, that way it will remind me that I want to try to budget a little bit of money each month, especially from now through, probably September. I need to budget for some garden stuff. So I wanted to add that in. And then I also think this will be helpful for me too, is to use the highlights on my budget to see my different categories and quickly be able to reference back, because when I go through like my monthly budget, like how much I've actually budgeted in those categories, I had to like go back and look through, and I'm like, oh, everything's in black and white. And I thought, you know what, I think moving forward for next month, I'm gonna highlight these categories as well. So that being said, I'm kind of adapting this to work out. And this was for January 2026. I just realized I never updated that. So let's jump over to February. So guess what? February 1st is on a Sunday. So we can start right up here. And I'm not going to bother putting the stickers down. I am just going to put the day right up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and then this is February 2026. And then this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, so now what I think I'm going to do is go in and write, and I think I'm going to do it in red, just because red to me means money being taken out of my account. So I'm going to go and write in all my bills. So on the 1st, I have Apple iCloud and mortgage. And then on the 2nd is my IRA. And then the 4th is Audible. And then the 7th is car insurance. And then the 8th is trash. And then the 11th is electric. And then the 15th is water and internet. And then the 17th is Discovery Plus and social subscriptions. And then Apple Music on the 26th. Okay, so I'm just gonna count up. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Okay, and then I will put in my payday stickers. So payday, I get paid on the 13th. Somewhere in here I've got payday stickers. We'll use these here. So I get paid there, and I get paid again on the 27th. And I had used these stickers last year, but but they kind of glared in my light, and so I just decided to not use the date stickers. I'm going minimal, as you can tell. And I didn't end up really using this for a calendar, so for like holidays and appointments and birthdays, so I decided, we're just going to go with bills only, and we're just going to write them in ink, in color. Okay, so this is when my bills are due and stuff. So now we're going to move over to our budget, and I am going to flip this over to make this a little bit easier. And the good thing is I can look back and forth. So we are going to put February 2026, and then this is going to be monthly budget. Okay, and then I'm only getting paid twice this month. And because of taxes and everything, I guess I need to update this. I just realized in my last video I didn't actually go in here and show for my end of the month stuff. Oh well, next month maybe I'll try to do that, and I'll update this off camera, but to show like my actual, because I thought I was getting like $3 more than I currently am this year, and it has to do with taxes. So 29.19. I just lost that page. 89. Okay, and then I am back to using, I have this cute little pink calculator that I got off of Temu, and sometimes I just don't like the way that the buttons press on it, so I'm back to my old trusty Canon that I've had for years. 29.19 89 plus 29.19 89 equals 58.39 78. Okay, so now let's go and we will write down, so tithe, and this should be coming out on Sunday the 15th, because I'll actually have one coming out. See, this is where the flow, because I actually will have tithe coming out on Sunday the 1st and then Sunday the 15th, because when I get paid on the 27th, the same thing is going to happen, and it's going to come out on March 1st. And yeah, so I guess I will put the 1st and the 15th. We're just going to go with that. 1st and 15th. And then it should just be, because I'm getting paid twice, so it should be $600 this month. And we will put the actual in there for that. And then I have my Roth IRA, which comes out on the 2nd. And that is $400. And then mortgage, which is technically the 1st. And I have these out of order, but it is fine. And I'm doing $24.10. Then I have car insurance. And this month I need to budget, and that comes out on the 7th. I need to budget $125 because it went up this month. Then I have water on the 15th, and I budget $70 right now. And it's usually in the winter months in the third. It will go up this next month because I've been dripping my faucets, so it'll be more next month. Trash. And I'm doing this on the 31st of the month of January. So, yeah, I've been dripping my faucets, and I'm going to be dripping them through today. And then I think I'll be able to turn them off tomorrow, and then all should be well. Hopefully for the rest of the season. We won't get this bitter cold. And then 31 for trash. And then internet. And, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to erase this. And I'm going to put, I forgot to put electric in here last time. So I'm going to put electric up here. And that comes out on the 11th. And it is $162 this year until they up it. And then internet. And that is on the 15th. And then we have Apple Music on the 26th. And then Apple iCloud. I should put these in order of when they are. That's on the 1st. Apple Music is $10.99. Apple iCloud is $9.99. Discovery Plus is on the 17th. And that will be $9.99. Then I have social subscriptions, which is on the 17th, and that should be $2.99. And then Audible on the 4th of $14.95. But I'm actually pausing that, but I'm going to go ahead. Okay. And then let me go look. So I have somewhere, I thought, yes, I have my, so I don't have any big yearly subscriptions or yearly fees to anything until April. Okay. And then I'm going to put down here, I think I will have another one next year. So I'm just going to make a note for myself of the vidIQ, because I signed up for that last month. I put that under personal, but I'm going to say January. I just don't know how much that will be. Maybe $150. So I'm just making my notes for next year in case I want to keep track of it. So basically February and March, I don't have any big monthly stuff come out, or yearly. Okay. So that's good. So I think I have everything. So I'm just double checking. So I got tithe, authority, mortgage, car insurance, water, trash. Then I went ahead and put my electric on there, up over there where it needs to be, internet, Apple Music, Apple iCloud, Discover Plus, Social, Audible, and then YNAB was one of my yearlies. Okay. So then we got groceries, which I do 400. And then eating out of 100. Fuel and car maintenance, like oil changes, that kind of stuff. Pet care, personal, lawn care, gifts, and garden. I'm gonna budget some for the garden now. Okay. So this is 300 for fuel and car maintenance. Pet care is 75. Personal was 300. Lawn care is 300. Gifts is 50. And then I think I'm going to budget, this month I'm going to say 50 for the garden. I know in March I'm going to have to budget a lot because I'm going to have soil that I'm going to truck in to put in more soil in my beds and stuff because I only filled them up halfway last year. So let's go through and now calculate up. Oh, I forgot. I got my savings. We got my travel savings and new car fund. And those are 200 a piece. Okay. And then let's figure this out. Okay, so we've got 600 plus 400 plus 2410 plus 125 plus 70 for water plus 31 for trash plus 162 plus 70 plus 1099 plus 999 plus 999 plus 299 plus 1495 equals 3,916.91. So now we're going to take 58.39, our total up here, 78 minus 39,1691. So that's 1,922.87. Now we got 400 plus 100 plus 300 plus 75 plus 300 plus 300 plus 50 plus 50 is 1575. Ooh, I think I'm gonna be over budget. 1922.87 minus 1575. Yep, so it's that garden. Well, let's see. I still want to budget for it, so let me look at, because that leaves me $347.87 and I have $400 that I put into. So let me see where I can scale back. So last month, let me look at, so I want to go to my, right here. I could scale back on the eating out because it's rare that I spend more than $50. I could also scale back on my car because unless I had an oil change or something like that, so far I'm not using that much gas expense. So maybe what I will do is, instead of budgeting $300 for car maintenance, I will budget $250. Because that should cover me, because I only spent $235.02 total, and that's including the car insurance plus gas. So, okay. So I should be good to scale back there. And so this should be, let me re-add this, but this should be $50 less. This should be $15.25. So 400 plus 100 plus 250 plus 75 plus 300 plus 300 plus 100, 1525. So 1922.87 minus 1525 equals 397.87. So I'm like $3.87 over budget. I know I'm not gonna be having a Audible subscription this month. Let me adjust my eating out to 75, and that way that gives me a little bit of a buffer. So this should be 1,500. Let me just double check. 400 plus 75 plus 250 plus 75 plus 300 plus 300 plus 100. Okay, so 1922.87 minus 1,500 equals 422.87. So this is 400. So that is 422, no, 400. What am I doing? So that is 22.87. So I'm just going to say buffer is 22.87 to make that 0. Okay. Okay, so there we go. That is how you do a real life budget. So I basically am going to have to adjust some stuff because I'm just trying to save $400 a month and make $800 extra on my mortgage. So that means I've got to cut back on what I'm allotting for eating out. And my car maintenance and fuel category is okay. It's been a little bit over budgeted for a while. So yes, I could have cut back on personal, but what tends to fall in there are miscellaneous purchases and Amazon. And yeah, if I wouldn't have, had the $50 in the garden, that would have made a difference. But yeah, so that's kind of what you have to do, is kind of look at, okay, what can I adjust on? And I know by looking back at my history last month, that I had, eating out, I only went to Taco Bell one time. I thought about eating out a couple other times, and I never did. I ended up just coming home and eating at home. So, yeah. So that's kind of what you have to do, is kind of move things around. But what I want to do is actually highlight these categories. So this will make it easier when it comes to doing my end of the month, my budget category breakdown and kind of budget recap for the month. So tithe is under giving. So I'm just going to highlight that one, and then gifts is under giving. And then we got savings, which is Roth IRA and travel and new car fund. House is mortgage, water, trash, electric, internet, and lawn care. And then garden, I got that category. And then car, it's going to be car insurance, and then fuel, car maintenance. Subscriptions is Apple Music, Apple iCloud, Discovery, Social, Audible. And we already did car. And then eating out. And then, let's see, groceries is purple. And then we got pet care, personal. And pet care is blue. I couldn't remember what color. Couldn't remember what color Zoe was. Okay. And that will make it easier when I go to fill out this for the month of February, because I can quickly calculate how much I actually budgeted for all those categories. So that's what I decided to do and make a change from last month. So, all right, guys. Well, there we go. There's our February budget. This is real life. And making adjustments because honestly, it just kind of, it makes a difference like on your goals, what your goals are. If your goals are trying to save, then you got to make adjustments on how much you're spending. So it's kind of all about moving money from one area to another just to make it fit your life and fit your what you're doing and what your goals are. So okay, guys, well, I hope you have a great one, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye, friends.